So when the client first came to us with the idea of this project, their biggest highlights were taking advantage of lake life, taking advantage of the views, but also taking advantage of the old and bringing it into the new. Because they didn't want to be seen as somebody that was just tearing something down for the sake of tearing it down. They really wanted to bring history back to that particular site. My name is Todd Simning with ADŌR Bespoke Homes. I am the builder on the project. I'm the founder of the company. I oversee all aspects of construction as well as client services. I do have a team. I love what I do, and I truly love being out on site with clients. This house was on Lake Minnetonka, and it was actually an original cabin structure. It had been added onto, I believe, 3 or 4 other times. There really wasn't any good structure to it. It was interesting because I had a couple comments from passerbys when we were demoing the house where they were asking me, like, why would you tear such a nice house down? Because on the outside it looked like it was a really nice big house, but inside there was so many cracks in the foundation, cracks in the old house. It was completely an obsolete structure itself. Some of the main objectives for the client was, number one, taking advantage of the views of Excelsior Bay. So the old house, even though it had great views of the lake, the windows were small. In this case, what we wanted to do is take that same view, but actually increase the volume of windows back there. Really bring that natural light in. Second thing that they really wanted to do is make it more livable for today. There were so many different wings of this house, it really made it interestingly unique and complicated to make it from the kitchen to a bedroom to a bathroom. And then thirdly, I think almost more importantly, this particular client is very big into entertainment, movies, and Star Wars in particular. They're just absolute Star Wars buffs. And so the entertainment media room, which was on the upper floor in this one, which overlooked the lake really, really nicely, was really important to them. And you know, a lot of the house actually focused around entertaining and not only main floor, but truly that upper area that had all the games and pinball machines and that sort of thing. So one of the highlights of being on Lake Minnetonka or any lake is, when you immediately come in and you're looking through the house, what do you see? What are you buying? What do you want to see? You want to capture the lake, right? So when you come in, what was really important is that we had just wonderful big Marvin glass doors right out the back. So immediately when you step into that house through the front door, you're looking directly through a big living room that captures Lake Minnetonka. Even though you want to capture Lake Minnetonka, what you're also going to capture is sunlight, because the sun's going to set. So that was another aspect of the house that we needed to consider, is that how do we control sun? So what we ended up doing is actually incorporating automatic shades. So they were actually in the shade pockets. When you walk in, you don't see them. They blend right into the millwork, they blend right into the windows and doors. But once you need a little bit of reprieve from the sun, you hit one button on your phone or on the keypad on the house, shades go down, and you got a beautiful sunset. When thinking about the kitchen, eating area, and the hearth area, this client was going to spend most of their time in that particular area. And you'll notice, and I think it's super cool, that you have a very entertaining kitchen, you have a small little eating area, but the most unique piece of this kind of space is that we had that round hearth room. What we wanted to do, again, was emulate some of the old style from the old house. And you'll notice in the ceiling that we have, I'll call it a nautical theme in there, round circle with the spokes kind of coming out, emulating a boat steering column. And what was super cool about it is, in the old house, they actually had a similar situation in that room, and they really wanted to bring that old piece to the new house. And so it really ended up being just a really nice, entertaining area where you could truly relax at the end of the day. It's a beautiful spot. On the exterior of the house, trying to bring that entertaining value back outside. So one of the areas that we created is an area just off of the living room, has another fireplace. We have phantom screens so that literally we can bring the phantom screens down and you can have an indoor-outdoor area that basically just flows together. So you get the best of both worlds where you get the exterior, you get the breeze coming off the lake, you have your interior of the house, people can kind of come and go. You have a fireplace out there. I think an important part of that is that they actually wanted to use that space during the winter also. So we actually ran in-floor heat all the way out into that area so that they could heat that space and actually utilize it during the, those late fall and early winter, early spring time periods. As we went along in the build process, one of the other pieces that came together was truly our grill space that we kind of thought about wasn't really going to work out how we wanted to. And so we thought together, we got out there and we met with the landscaper and actually decided to make more of a built-in grill area instead of having just a freestanding grill. It just really ended up making it a nice area to grill, cook, and then just around the corner of that is actually an eating area just off the living room. So everything really was well planned in that exterior area, as well as actually having a little pergola out the back. So if you were under that, you could get a little reprieve from the sun as it's kind of beating down, because it's actually taking a little bit of that, direct sunlight away from you. Living on a lake has a lot of advantages, particularly for people that I would say are entertaining, like my clients. It's fun actually just watching the boats out on the lake. It's fun when people actually show up at your house. One of the things my client has is a little light. So if the light is on, people that are on the lake can see that and they know that they're welcome to come by. If the light is off, it means, hey, we're on our own, it's our personal time. But I think that's a fun aspect of living on the lake, because you do get a lot of visitors that don't come by the natural ways or means that we think they would, by a car or bike or something like that, but they're actually coming by boat. And they probably live across the lake from you, and that's how they come and visit.